Is prestige killing your profits? Is it? I don't know. Let's have a little discussion about this, shall we? Beautiful sunny day in Melbourne, taking a little walk. And some people think of this as, would you rather be rich or famous? And to be honest with you, based on the current status of like social media and all these, quote unquote influencers, I believe most people would rather be famous, to be honest with you, because based on what they do, like your actions and your time and how you spend your money really clarifies what's important to you, right? And so when I see health experts spending good money on photographers, taking pictures of them that may or may not reflect the reality of their life or their situation, that's an example of what I mean about like prestige versus profit. It's very important not to compare yourself to what other people are doing unless you know exactly what's happening behind the scenes. And I want to share a quick little story with you. I was actually, check this out. I'm going to just turn the camera around, and right there is the Melbourne F1 Formula 1 pit lane / paddocks. So in just a couple months, this entire park, Albert Park in Melbourne, is going to be transformed into one of the world's most incredible Formula 1 race weekends. It's absolutely amazing, and it's just so cool how you can walk on the pit lane, walk on the track, and then in a couple months, this is going to be turned into like a full-on race. It's just amazing. Anyways, so I was having dinner with a buddy of mine. It's probably about 2-3 years ago. I'm not going to mention his name just to kind of, I don't think it's necessary. But he has a very, very, very successful health business. You've probably seen his videos on YouTube. He's got a very large following on Instagram. And we were talking about Instagram influencers, and he was mentioning, we were actually talking about a mutual acquaintance that we had. And I was like, oh, this is so-and-so's girlfriend. She's got like 1.5 million followers on Instagram. And he was like, yeah, man, just be careful because, what she's, because I was talking about doing some influencer marketing for one of our books. And he's like, honestly, man, just be careful who you reach out to, because a lot of times, they're not generating the type of revenue, or they don't have a business that you might think they do. So he was saying this one girl, 1.5 million followers on Instagram, she's making $3,000 a month. Yet, based on her feed, you would never know that, right? Beautiful pictures in like lavish areas of the world and all this kind of stuff. And listen, it's very distracting to have a business in today's day and age, because there's a lot of nonsense, right? Anyone can become insta famous. There's so many unqualified people who, because of the fact that they have a nice body, have a large Instagram following. And I think it's absolutely ridiculous, where they're adding almost zero value, and all of their pics are absolutely narcissistic. Hey, look at how beautiful I am, look at my butt, look at whatever. What value is that adding to the world, right? It's making people feel worse than before they saw those pictures. So listen, be very careful of what you're modeling, because a lot of it doesn't make a lot of sense. So coming full circle to this whole idea of prestige versus profit is the most successful businesses I know. And I don't know every business in the world, obviously, but the most successful ones I know, they don't have the glamorous social profiles for the most part. We have 7,000 followers on Instagram, and we have a multi-million-dollar business, right? And then there's a lot of people in our space that have way more followers than we do, and they're barely making any money. So it's not to say that you can't have a large social following and have a successful business, because you certainly can, and it will help. But you have to keep the main thing the main thing. And the main thing is this. The main thing is not about worrying about what your Instagram feed looks like or how beautiful your pictures are. That is a complete waste of time. The most important thing is to really understand and master the skill set of sales and marketing, so that you can acquire clients, have them pay you money, and then obsess about helping them. That's it, right? It's about, how do I attract, how do I convert, how do I deliver? How do I focus on the people that I want to serve? How can I add value to their life? How can I transform them? How can I solve the problem that they're coming to me to solve? That is all, right? For the first 2.5 years of Healthpreneur, we had no social following. We had no Instagram account. We had a Facebook page because obviously we were running Facebook ads from that, but we didn't focus on any of that stuff. And it was only after we hit $1 million in revenue and having my arm twisted by a few clients who were crushing it on Instagram, they're like, dude, you should be on Instagram. Like, you really should. And I resisted it for a long time, but I knew by that point it made sense because now I had the freedom, now I had more time, now we had a predictable pipeline of generating business, and I didn't need to rely on anything else to bring clients in. So Instagram and social for us is a long-term play, as it should be for you, because it doesn't produce overnight results. If you're looking for overnight results, you need to master paid traffic. You have to understand how to give Facebook money in return for clients, and that's what we help our clients do. Again, it doesn't always happen overnight, but it's the faster way. My podcast, my YouTube channel, same idea. I don't get a ton of downloads. I have like less than 600 subscribers on YouTube, and I think that's something I'm going to change in the sense of like putting a bit more focus on it. But like, listen, like my health channel on YouTube has 293,000 subscribers. I haven't published a new video on that channel for 2 years, and it doubled in growth from the time I stopped producing videos. Healthpreneur, I've added a video almost every single day to our channel for the past year, and we have less than 600 subscribers. If my business depended on that, I would not be in business. So I say this to keep the main thing the main thing. And the main thing, as I mentioned, is you need a predictable and reliable way of getting people who don't know you, or even who know you, into your business, paying you money, and then you transforming their lives. That is the only thing you need to focus on. That's the only thing we help our clients do when they work with us in our HBA program, because nothing else matters. I like your website, who cares? No one's gonna see it anyways. We actually did a call, kind of like a free training for our audience last week, and I was asking, like, how many of you guys have a blog? You know, and people raise their hands virtually. And I asked, like, how many of you guys post every single day on your blog? And one person was like, I do. And I asked, how much traffic are you getting to your blog? And she said, not much. Smiley face. And I said, that sucks, doesn't it, right? You put all this effort into blogging and nobody sees your stuff. And that's just the reality, right? You can't play against the big players in today's day and age. If you're a solopreneur, or even if you have one person writing for you, unless you are cranking out millions of pages of content and the biggest websites are linking to your website, you will not get found in Google for the most part. Don't play that game, right? There are other ways of producing what I call social content that over time are going to produce better results. But at the forefront, you need to have a predictable way of getting clients. And like, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if people have an aversion to money or if they're just scared, but I think you need to check yourself. And I say this with all due respect, because if you say you want this outcome, right? I want to make more money. I want to, have more profit. I want to help more people. But then your activities and your actions and your choices do not coincide with that, then don't be surprised when you don't get the results you want, right? Like, okay, I want more clients, cool. Well, like, you have to pay to play, right? Like, you have to pay either to work with people who can show you, or you have to pay to acquire the clients. If you're trying to do all the free stuff, don't be surprised if it doesn't work. Listen, like, and I say this with all the love and respect. I've been doing this for a long time, and the reason I do what I do is because I don't want people like yourself to make decisions that are not supporting you. And there are better ways and smarter ways of growing a business. So please, please, please keep the main thing the main thing. Focus on making money in your business. Because when you make money in your business, it is a reflection of the impact you're creating in people's lives. If your bank account doesn't reflect the ideal amount of money you want to be making, it's just that you're not helping enough people. That's all it is. So you can either help more people, or you can help a certain number of people at a deeper level, charge more, impact them at a deeper level, and that's it, right? So it does, like, you don't get paid for beautiful pictures on Instagram. You don't get paid for taking, staged photos in a private jet that mean nothing. And I'm sure obviously you're not doing that stuff, but you know what I'm talking about. You've seen people who do that, right? So yes, I mean, we do make judgments. First impressions matter. People make assumptions based on what they see. That's all good, but just don't play the game, right? You know, let's build a successful business, build a business that's built on a good foundation, and then down the road, if you want to fiddle around with some of the rich and famous type of propaganda, you know, that's up to you. But at the very minimum, you need to build a business that is built on a solid foundation. And if you want help with that, that's what we do every single day for our clients. It's always great to see, you know, the client wins that are shared in our group. Just this morning, actually, one of our clients, Tanya, just enrolled a new client at $6,000 plus $9,000 she made last week from a holiday campaign that we'd given all of our clients. $15,000 in 2 weeks, right? Like, that's incredible. And that's in a very, very predictable, reliable fashion that, you know, anyone can emulate as long as you can help people, right? Listen, like, if you want those types of results, and I can't promise you that type of result specifically, maybe you'll get more or less, I don't know. But the first step is obviously to have a chat with us, right? Go to workwithyuri.com, answer a few questions about your business, and let's jump on a call. Let's see if what you're doing makes sense. If it doesn't, we can give you some guidelines about, or some better parameters about what to do instead. We'll look at where you're bleeding money in your business, and we'll show you a better plan to get the clients you want to move your business forward. If you want our help to implement that plan for even faster, more reliable results, then we can talk about what that might look like if we were to work together. But again, there's no high pressure, right? So that's the deal. So go to workwithyuri.com, answer a few questions about your biz, and then book in a time to chat with us. And there we go. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your attention. I appreciate you. Focus on what matters. Make money, help more people, and leave all the shenanigans for everyone else. All right, guys. Love you. Ciao.